Leica Q3 with a 43mm focal lens. Let's talk about this Leica and let's see what we know till now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. In this video I want to share with you what I've discovered about this leaked Leica camera and let's see a little my opinions about Leica Q3 43mm focal lens. So first of all, it's a Leica Q3 camera, so it will function like a Leica Q3 with a 43mm Summicron Apo lens. So the lens, it will be a very good lens. The sensor, it will be the 60 megapixel sensor. So this means you'll be able to crop a lot. Now looking at Thorsten Overgaard's site, I'm seeing that Leica is stating that you'll be able to crop from the 43mm field of view to the 60mm field of view, and I will touch on this a little, to the 75, to the 120 and even to the 150mm field of view. So a big crop, okay, nice. But why I'm not seeing here the 50mm field of view? Why I'm not seeing this here? So with the Q3 28mm lens, you have the 50mm frame lines, but you don't have the 40mm frame lines. And now on Q3 43, they should have named it in another way. You have the 60mm frame lines and not the 50mm frame lines. This is a problem. If you are asking me, this is a problem, and I hope they will resolve it via firmware update. Because this is a problem, a big problem. I will touch on this probably in other videos, but have that in mind. Next, you have aperture ring, focus ring, so you can put the lens in manual focus or autofocus, and also you have top-notch specs for the camera. So 8K video, wireless charging, super EVF, and so on and so on. So it will be a bomb of a camera. But I also want to show you this. The Leica Q3 43, it will be a little longer and probably a little bigger than Leica Q3. Not by much, but you are able to see from this graphic that the camera will be bigger. And also the camera will cost $7,000 plus or something like this, so it will be more expensive than Leica Q3. Another tidbit to address is that it will not have an AA filter, so the lens and the images will be very sharp, and this is a great thing. And also you have an f2 aperture. Is this a problem for low light environments? I think not. It's not a problem. It's a full frame sensor. And even if it's a 60 megapixel sensor, it will be okay for sure with the software that we have today without problems. Also, you will have the option to shoot in small RAW files. So you can shoot this camera however you want. The camera will weigh almost 800 grams. So the camera is pretty heavy, I would say, not easily taken with you depending on person to person. For me, for my taste, I would not carry a camera like this every day. I like lighter cameras for everyday carry cameras. But for street photography, yes, I would take this camera for street photography for sure. So for a planned trip or a planned street photography walk, for sure I would not have problems with the weight of the camera, but not for an everyday carry camera. Because for everyday carry cameras, I really do like the other alternatives, Ricoh GR3X, Fujifilm X106, and why not Sony RX1R Mark II, that it's a 35mm lens, so more useful, practical field of view, but it's a very old camera, unfortunately, so I would not go for this. But for this, and especially for X106, for sure I would go. In conclusion, I think Leica is doing a great job releasing this camera, a great job for photography. It's a historic move from my point of view. It's a good move. It's an amazing move. Yes, it has a price, but for what cameras are and for what Leica is, I think the choice, it's a very nice choice, it's a very good choice, it's a more practical choice than a camera with a fixed 50mm lens. Why do this? Bresson didn't have a fixed lens camera, he had a 50mm lens on a Leica M body. But how practical is Leica Q3 43mm lens in real world use for everyday shooting? I don't think it's as practical as the Leica Q3 28mm field of view. So I really do feel that Leica Q3 28mm field of view, it's a more practical choice because you can't go wide with a 43mm lens. You can't go wide. You can't do this. But with the 28mm lens, you can go wide. You have on the Leica Q3 the 35mm crop and the 50mm crop. Of course, the 50mm crop, it will not work as good as the 35mm crop or as the 40mm crop. But you can go wide. Which camera to choose between Leica Q3 and Leica Q3 43, I did a separate video. And please be sure to subscribe to see that video and also see my comparison and my analysis between Leica Q3, Leica Q43 and the alternatives for the Leica Q3 43 and what to choose depending on what you are shooting. So till then, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my newsletter, leave me your comments, like this video, use my affiliate links, and also please be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. And if you want, please go check now the next video. Thank you and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.